Greetings everyone, Ray Landis here, and today I have another awesome Firefly to talk to you about. This guitar I've had for a couple weeks. I really haven't done anything to it in regard to setup or changing any of whatever was already there, except for one thing, two parts of one thing, and I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes. But really the overall guitar itself is exactly the way it was when it came out of the box. And I must say that the setup and everything on this guitar was really close, and I haven't checked it to know how close, but it really wouldn't need, for someone who doesn't know how, wouldn't need anything at all to be very playable. There we go with that tuner again. So this guitar is one of Firefly's latest models of the T-style, and it's got some really nice features, including the beveled or the contoured handshake and the tapered heel joint and the belly cut. And then it's also got an arm cut on this side, if you can see that. It's got a really nice cut there. It's part of what they call their classic series, and it's got a really nice shaped headstock. This is almost like a regular Telecaster. They've gotten away from the other headstock that was kind of boxy, which I ended up finally liking it, in comparison to what I first felt when I saw it. I was like, oh, look at this giant monstrosity it's on the end of this headstock. And finally I kind of accepted it because the quality of these guitars, it's just so nice. I mean, this guitar is, for one, I didn't normally think I would ever buy a pink guitar, and when I bought it I was like, well, what am I going to do with that? But it turns out it's a very mature looking pink. It's more like, I would say, coral. It's got a nice pearlized 3-ply pick guard. The pickups are Alnico 5. They are really, really nice. The controls are full size. The pots are really good. They don't make a lot of noise. They turn real smooth. They put a Wilkinson bridge on this with compensated saddles, which really makes for a nice look. And it's really got nothing to complain about. I mean, it sounds so clear. That's the middle position. That's the neck pickup. The bridge. Very clear. Just a very nice overall sound to it. Not real noisy. Of course, in the center position it's hum canceling. The neck is a beautiful flamed maple. I mean, it's really got a nice flaming on it. The tuners are locking, which may not be necessary. These are the standard locking tuners that come on a lot of the Firefly guitars that have locking tuners. This particular set was the same that was on the Stratocaster that I reviewed not long ago. These, I think, are great on a guitar like this that doesn't have a whammy bar. I won't need to change these because they work great. On the other guitar I changed them out because they don't seem to work as well as you would expect on a guitar with a whammy bar. But on this guitar they turned out really nice. It seems like the nuts carved pretty good. And you know that by these open chords, they don't sound really off. There you go. But it is a really great guitar, and even being pink, I think it's super. The neck had one problem that was, I would say, a personal problem, and most people, they wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it, but because of the dark roasted maple neck, I couldn't see the black dots on the front of the fretboard or the black dots on the side, the top markers there. They were black and they just didn't look really good. So I decided to drill out the ones on the side of the neck, and they drill out pretty easy with a 5/64 drill bit. And I take a really sharp point, almost like a needle point. I have a little gadget here that I use, and it's, keep a little rubber thing on the end so it don't get poked. It's got a needle point, and I find the center of that marker, and I put a divot in there with that point, and then I very carefully with a hand, I have a hand drill that just has a little handle, and I just turn it in there nice and easy, and it drills those out. And then you can slip a 5/16 in there, marker. They come in plastic. They look like, set this aside for a second. They look like this. Or you can get, I do have them in black in case I need them, but you get them like this in a big package. They're plastic, and then you put those in there with a little bit of super glue, and then I take a razor blade, and on either side of the razor blade I put some painter's tape, and just leave about that much of the razor blade, the actual blade part, and I just kind of very carefully, after I nip them off, I use one of these nippers to nip them off real close, and then just take that razor blade and just very carefully take off the any bulging parts that are left there. But if you do it carefully, you can't even tell. And I wouldn't recommend using I've tried this before with a regular power drill, and these are so soft that the power drill can easily get out of control. If you do it with a little tiny hand drill, I have one that's just like almost like a screwdriver bit, and you put it in there and you just turn it. You can get those on Amazon. So this is the little drill chuck, and it opens up, and you can put your bit in there. And this part turns, so when you push with your hand and just turn it very slowly, you've got total control to be able to get that drilled out. And then this whole set right here came with bits and everything from Amazon. Cost about, I don't know, it was less, I think it was less than $10. And it's been really great because I use it for string trees when I want to put a pilot hole in for a string tree, or little pilot holes for the backside of tuners that have that little wing with the hole. You can use it for that, and you can just turn it by hand, and you can really have control over how fast you drill and how much material you're moving out. But I think that overall, coming back to this guitar, this is really awesome. So I took care of that. And then on the front, they had black dots there as well. And somebody had asked me about what to do with that. And there's two things you can do. One is, if you want to do it like non-invasive, you can take the Giacomo fretboard stickers, and you can get those in all different kinds of shapes and sizes. I just ordered the circular ones that are like a perloid look, and they stick on, and they really do stick on well. When they send you a set, you get enough to do the whole guitar twice, and you just very carefully put those on. I have another video that I can link in the description showing how I put these on a different shape on another guitar, but they really work. I've never had them come off. The only thing that would hinder them is if you oiled the neck beforehand. You best off taking some alcohol and just cleaning off the area where you're going to put these, and then if you want to oil over top of it, I don't know, it might be best just to kind of work around it and not actually like soak them with oil or whatever. But again, I've never really had a problem with them, and now very simply I've gotten that taken care of. The other way you can do it is these can be, the original ones can be drilled out. If you take a tiny drill bit, kind of with one of these hand drills like I just showed you, and you drill that out in the center, and then sometimes you can get something like this pointy gadget here, and you can kind of get under the back of it and just kind of pick it out of there. And if you do it carefully, you can do that, and then you can drop another one in, and you can buy those discs. They're very, very thin, like a wafer. And once you get these out, you can put those in, and then the same type of thing, you would have to kind of shave it down and make sure that it's totally smooth. I wanted to do that on this guitar because this guitar is so nice, but I didn't. I actually want to take a chance on marring the fretboard and make a mess out of it. So I think I'll save those. I have them. I'll save them. I'll try them on another guitar that I think is, you know, expendable if necessary. And for now, I put the Giacomo fret stickers on there. But this guitar it's a gem. You know, even being a pink color, you know, it's really, really nice. It's got the new headstock. It's got just simple string trees. They say it has a bone nut, compound radius fretboard, 9.5 to, they say it goes to 14, which is different from a Tele, but at the same time, with all these cuts and everything, it looks really basic, but it's got some nice, you know, nice features, and it sounds really good. The switch is full size, the pots are full size, the jack is good with the flame maple, and didn't mention the spherical ended stainless steel frets, the famous doo-doo-doo stainless steel ball end frets that are so popular these days. I wonder why Fender doesn't put those on there, because they are really cool, and they never feel sharp. I mean, even if they stuck out of the end, they wouldn't feel sharp because of the shape of them. Once again, this guitar really does have a nice sound. So I like it. I think it's one of the best Fireflies, and I keep saying that about each one, but Firefly has definitely hit it out of the park again with their new series of guitars. I would have liked to have had this in white, and I think Jayce Allen got one in white, and he must have got it before they sold out, because these sell out pretty quick. This one's no longer available, and I said, well, you know, I want one. You know, I don't care if it's pink. I thought about maybe trying to refinish the body and make it like a Hawaiian sunset or something like that, put some other colors on it. But I talked it over with my wife, and she thinks it looks really nice. It's a very, again, very mature color, and with that pearloid pick guard, it really does look nice. The brass saddles, the bone nut, everything about this guitar is just really, really cool. And now that I've got the markers fixed, that makes a huge difference as well. So if this video and this review has helped you to make a decision whether or not to launch out and get a Firefly guitar. They will have something like this again. They cycle through. These are not available now, but they will have different ones, and they have some now that are kind of off the wall, different colors and everything, some paisleys and stuff like that. But if you have seen this video and it's kind of encouraged you about the quality of these guitars, because I'd say they're top notch, then I'm going to ask that you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share, and comment, and I will see you next time for the next guitar adventure. Take care.